Hello everyone, this is Elevators with Anthony here for my CD collection 2025 edition. I think last week I did the Blu-ray collection, which is when I finished it, and now we're going to do the CD collection 2025 edition, which consists of genres like progressive rock, heavy metal, thrash metal, hard rock. It's in the rock category, and it's the kind of music that I like specifically and that I played to on the drums. Which some of these here were from Rush, Metallica, Pantera, what have you. So let's go ahead and show off all what I have, and I have these all in order of band name from A to Z. So let's get started. This is the only AC/DC album that I have, and it's AC/DC's Black Ice. And I have not listened to this album yet, but I will play on it over the summer if I can. Here's the only Aerosmith album that I have, and it's Toys in the Attic. And the only two songs I know from here are Toys in the, not Toys in the Attic. Walk This Way and Sweet Emotion. Those are the only two that I know from this album. Walk This Way and Sweet Emotion. Walk this way! Talk this way! Steven Tyler on vocals. Here's the only Black Sabbath album that I have, and it's Paranoid. I think their first album. I'll have to check the Black Sabbath Wikipedia page. And the songs I know here are Warpigs, Paranoid, and Iron Man. I got two Iron Maiden albums. Here's one of them called Powerslave. And the only song I know from this album is 2 Minutes to Midnight. 2 Minutes to Midnight. Sorry, I can't sing like Bruce Dickinson can. Here's Best of the Beast, which is basically the Iron Maiden greatest hits album that they made, with all their songs on here. Like the Number of the Beast, Run to the Hills, 2 Minutes to Midnight, which I just sang earlier, and The Trooper, followed by Wasted Years. I wish they put Wrathchild on here. That's another great Iron Maiden song. Here's my only Judas Priest album, British Steel, from 1980. And I did see Judas Priest in concert back in October of last year. Pretty cool concert. They played Breaking the Law from this album. Breaking the Law! Breaking the Law! And I believe they also played Living After Midnight. Living After Midnight. I'm not sure if I was in the right notes for the lyrics either. And I think on the other side, oh, there it is. Here's the 20th anniversary live DVD. This has the live DVD inside and the CD that you can listen to in your CD player or on a trip, like a car trip, for example. Next are my Metallica albums. Kill 'Em All, Searching, Seek and Destroy. One of the most popular songs from this album. This is also their debut album. Ride the Lightning. For whom the bell tolls, time marches on. Another popular. That's the popular song from Ride the Lightning. I also like their 9-minute instrumental called The Call of Cthulhu. Master of Puppets. Obey your master, master. I do like Orion as well from this album. And by the way, these first 3 records, Metallica, are all remasters. From Kill 'Em All, the Master of Puppets. And rest in peace, Cliff Burton, who passed away a few months after Master of Puppets was made. And Justice for All from 1988, the first album to have Jason Newsted on bass. That's just the release date for this album, which I used to do back in 2020. The Black Album, my first Metallica album, to be honest. This is the first one I've ever received. And the first Metallica song I've ever listened to is Nothing Else Matters. Yeah, this CD part broke off, but the album still works. Here's Load, which has all different kinds of styles for these songs like here. And different implements too, like on Mama Said, has a different rhythm to it. Different jumps that Lars Ulrich uses as well. Reload. Give me fuel, give me fire, without your desire. Ooh. That's a great one. One of my favorites in this album too. This is also the last studio album to feature Jason Newsted on bass, not counting Garage Inc. or SNN from 99. Saint Anger from 2003, the first album to have Robert Trujillo on bass. Some kind of monster, some kind of monster. Which is featured, a couple of these are featured in the Metallica documentary called Some Kind of Monster, which I showed that in my Paramount DVD collection. Death Magnetic. The day that never comes. One of my favorites from this album, along with a few others, like The End of a Line, All Nightmare Long, Cyanide, and Unforgiven 3. And I do like their second to last song as well. And here's the last Metallica album that I have for right now. I do want to get 72 Seasons at some point. And I know all of side 1. Well, almost all of side 1. The only song I don't know from side 1 would be Dream No More. I know the others on side 1 though. And the only song I know from side 2 is Spare Out the Bone, aka Disc 2, the CD. And this does have a bonus in here featuring songs that were on a hard ride of self-destruct tour that they made back in 2016. Here's the only Nirvana album that I have, Nevermind. And this is the only Nevermind album that I really like. I'm not a fan of the others. I like some like Teen Spirit, In Bloom, Come As You Are, Lithium, and Lounge At. Those are my favorites from this record. And this has Kurt Cobain on guitar and vocals, Chris Novoselic on bass, and Dave Grohl on the drums as well. Here are 2 Pantera albums. Cowboys from Hell and Far Beyond Driven. I don't have Folder Display of Power yet, but I do want to get that soon at some point. And this is also the first ever Pantera album that I've actually listened to. And I think I'm going to cut it here for part 1 of my CD collection, and in part 2 I'll show some more, specifically the Rush albums. I'll show those in part 2. So I'll see you guys in part 2, my CD collection coming shortly. Stay with us.